Guys, look at this quote right here. Price is not real. I want you to remember this throughout the duration of this video because I'm going to talk about the difference between charging high ticket versus charging low ticket and the fundamental differences and why that's important, okay? Why it's important to charge high ticket. You have to understand something. I want you to think about this, right? Where would you come up with your pricing for your coaching offer? I just want you to think about that for a second. Where would you come up with the price? You would just think of it out of nowhere, right? Would you just compare it to the industry average? This is what most people do, right? Most people compare themselves to the industry average. So actually, we'll be generous. We'll say really good coaches, probably 500 a month, right? Now, here's the thing with charging the industry average. That a lot of people, what they do is they say, okay, well, if someone is more popular than me, right, or really just like, we'll say a better coach, they'll say, well, I'll charge based off of that, right? I'm going to lower my price because I wouldn't charge as much as them in my head because I charge industry average. I'm an average coach, right? So I'm not going to charge 500 a month. I'm going to charge somewhere between 200 and 300 a month. We'll say hypothetically, we'll say 300 a month, right? Okay. So, whereas on the other end, if you charge a high ticket price, we'll say anywhere between 3K to 5K. This opens up a world of possibilities for you. Now, most coaches charge by the month, right? They actually will pitch a month when they're selling to their prospects, okay? Now, what this is a package, right? How much time do they need? Because if you think about it, if a client signs up with you, they're gonna want to make progress. So if they work with you for 30 days and they only commit to 30 days at a time, psychologically, they're gonna say, okay, well, I'm gonna try to make as much progress as I can in 30 days because I'm gonna try to run up the clock with this coach and try to get as much as I can out of it. And then I'm gonna take the knowledge and I'm gonna do it all on my own. Yeah, right. The amount of times that happened is fucking almost never. The reason is because it's not just about getting into a fitness program for 30 days and then seeing what you can learn from it and then doing it all on your own, because part of it is the accountability, right? So really, and it's just basic accountability. We'll say a group call, which is being fucking generous. Like I only know a few fitness coaches that do a group call, right? Basic accountability, group call. I mean, my elite clients do group calls, but I'm saying like people that aren't my clients. Like I'm like, okay, you have no group call in your offer. So that's like being generous, right? And then another way that they would, keep in touch with their clients is like through their fitness app, right? But when you charge 3K to 5K, you separate yourself, right? So now you're a one-of-one, right? And really what it is a one-of-one offer, right? It's not a basic offer, right? Basic offer, low price, right? And then high ticket, high value offer is a high price, right? You have to understand that this not only changes the price, like just changing the price, not even changing the offer. Because honestly, getting into changing the offer, we can get really intricate. We can get down to the nitty gritty of what your clients really need and give them like the best, kick-ass offer that's like, honest, could be worth double this price, $10,000, right? We'll say. A really good offer. But I don't even want to like go into that yet. What happens psychologically to the client when they pay more money for the program, right? Because when they have more skin in the game, they're gonna have more focus, right? If they have more focus and they're more committed to the program, they hold themselves accountable, guess what? We get better testimonials, right? Because when they have better testimonials, then we have better marketing for our coaching services, because then we have people that have had an incredible experience working with us, have made amazing progress, and then we have proof of this, right? Because proof equals money. If you have an offer that's based off of the industry average, it's basically just a race to the bottom. See? Because look, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, okay, well, I'm not gonna charge what the best coaches charge. I'm gonna charge less than, a lot less, maybe half as much as what they're gonna charge. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them all of my, time, energy, right? Because then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want my clients to leave, right? Because I want them to stay month after month, right? Let's say I want the $300 a month, right? So let's say if they stayed for 3 months, it would be $900, and that's being generous. Like, honestly, we're looking more like $600, which is what a lot of average coaches, I know a lot of coaches that when they come and work with me, they're like, oh yeah, I'm charging $600 for 3 months. I'm like, pfft. I'm like, dude, you're charging $600 for 3 months, and you're gonna coach someone based off of the knowledge that changed your entire life and your entire existence on this planet, which is like the number one most amazing like service that you can offer, in my opinion, is fitness coaching, because it changes someone's life fundamentally from the inside out. And even with business coaching, like, that's secondary. All my elite clients are jacked. It's you fucking guys. You guys are bodybuilders. You guys are already in shape, right? Dude, it's emotional, dude. Like, people that are like in their 30s that are like dads and stuff that get in shape and their kids notice it and their wife notice it. It's life changing, dude. It really is. It changes life. See, right? So then the time and energy goes up, but then the price goes down. So you make less money and you're giving more time and energy because you're like, okay, well, I want to make this better. So I'm going to hop on one-on-one calls with them, and then I'm going to spend more time and energy on the offer, right? And then meanwhile, what? You're wasting that time and energy. You're not bringing in new clients, right? And you're having to like fucking hold on to these people, and you're charging less. Whereas over here, if you charge more with your offer, you give a higher value offer, you can keep charging more and more and more and more, and then you can charge infinite, right? Because if you're like, well, okay, your results are so good that you keep charging more and more because you keep getting an influx of higher quality clients, and every time you charge more, you start signing higher quality clients, right? If you charge $4K a month, you literally have zero leverage, right? Because let's say you have overhead, and then, your overhead is this much, right? This is your overhead. And you make this much, and you make this much more than what you take home, then this difference right here, right? All of this is what's left over is like nothing. It's like literally pennies, right? Because you have no room to grow. You have no room. And then also, look, if we want to talk numbers, I wanted to wait to talk about numbers. Now I want to talk about numbers, though. If we were talking about numbers, you're looking at, okay, so if I charge $300 a month, right? Or $200 a month, that means that I'm going to have to sign, let's just say that we sign 3-month clients, all in 1 month. Only 3 months, no 1 month. Let's just say hypothetically, and this is based off of people charging 1 month. Keep that in mind. Let's say the goal was $10,000, right? And you're charging $600 for a 3-month program. Like, cause your monthly price is $200 a month. You're selling 16 clients if you sell only 3 months. That's no 1-month programs. Only 3 months and 1 month and 30 days, right? Whereas if you charge, let's say 2,500, let's be generous. Let's not even say 3K. Let's say 2,500, right? We're talking about 4 clients compared to 16. If you're charging 2,500, you can work with them based off of the question I asked before. How much time do they actually need? Right? So if they're fucking, guys, you have to understand, like, this is what's gonna help them. If they're overweight, you need to charge them based off of the amount of time that it's gonna take to get them in shape. 6 months to a year is usually minimum, as what I tell my clients to charge all their fitness clients. Because you have to understand that when you work with somebody, they're not only just purchasing the program up front, but they're purchasing the commitment to themselves. They're purchasing the commitment to hold themselves accountable for you, and you're gonna hold them accountable during the duration of the program. It means a lot more than them just getting the program, right? So you have to charge based off of their needs. So it's a better offer. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas you're like, you don't want to succumb to saying, oh, hey, yeah, you want to just start with a month? No, that's not going to do them any good, right? And if they're like, well, they're not budget, they just want to start with a month and just get their feet wet, then something went wrong in this process that you didn't qualify them hard enough, right? So you need to go back into your process, right? This is kind of crazy to think about, right? Because we have a higher quality client, right? We're giving a higher value service. We're charging more. We work with less clients. And then we can keep charging more and more and more. And all that does is what? Is it increases the value of our offer, right? We have unlimited leverage, and it just keeps going up and up and up. Because we can just keep charging more and more and making our value more and more valuable. And guess what? Just by charging more, your offer is more valuable. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're going to work with higher quality individuals that are going to get better results. So your program is going to be better. See, this is why you have to charge high ticket. And especially when it comes to 10K a month, I want you to understand something when it comes to client influx. One of my mentors taught me this. He said, Gabe, would you rather make $1 out of 100 pennies or 4 quarters? Right? Well, 4 quarters, of course. Right? Because what's 1 penny equal to? It's 1 cent. And then 1 quarter is, not $25, 25 cents. So it's 25 times the value, 25 times the price, and 25 times the value of a penny, right? You can't put a penny into a gumball machine and get a fucking gumball, right? Pennies are, you need 25 of these bad boys to even get 1 gumball. It's probably even 50 cents nowadays with inflation. Just fucking gumballs, right? So it's kind of crazy to think about, right? The client experience, guys, from this to this is genuinely night and day. Like, you are a good, okay, listen, I hate to say it, but like, if you do this, right, you charge a lot of money and give a really, really good price, right? You're a good person. If you charge the industry average, you're a bad person. Yeah, I'm going there. You know why? Because it's gonna take you fucking 16 clients, 4 times the amount of clients if they do 3-month programs. Do you know if they did 1 month, how much it would take you? 50. Now, everyone's like, oh, well, I can manage 50 clients. Guys, you're not managing 50 clients. And if you are, first of all, you are doing way too much, not getting paid enough for it, and you're going to spread yourself thin, which is going to end up giving your clients a lower quality service versus working with less clients, charging more, having more time and energy, and having leverage, right? You're a bad person because guess what? The quality of your service goes down, and then you have to be greedy to make 10K. If you want to make 10K, most don't, and guess the fuck what? They only make this much. This is like on a good month, right? So you have to understand this. Like, guys, this is, and for a lot of people are like, oh, well, no, like you make a lot with coaching, like no matter what. Like, no, you guys, for that aren't in the business, that you have to understand something. No, it's not true. Like, most people are liars. Like, they don't make good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people are liars. Like, most people don't have proof of the money that they've actually made. They can't show you. Right? So listen to people that have proof of results. You have nothing to lose the more you charge. The less you charge, the less leverage you have. Okay? Because there's something that I want to explain really quick. And it's called a PIF ladder. This means paid in full. I teach this to my elite clients. Charge your full price outright, and literally, like, for lack of a better word, lack of a better phrase, let your nuts hang. Charge your 3K to 5K, boom, no, don't say another word, be confident in your pricing, shut up and let them respond, okay? Charge your highest price. You guys, if you just fucking did this, pitched like a motherfucker, got down to the close, confidently pitched this 3 to 5K, your fucking close rate would go out the ass. Just pitching it. Just pitching it. You might not even have to offer a payment plan. You might not even have to fucking walk them down. If you're like, okay, well, hey, right? Just like we said, 6 months to 1 year, right? So, hey, look, John, you're 57 pounds overweight, right? You need to lose weight. So you're going to need 6 months to a year to make noticeable progress, right? So in terms of pricing, right? I charge 3K for 6 months and 5K for 1 year. Which one works better for you? And don't say anything. That alone, not pitching a payment plan, not pitching anything else, not saying shit after you pitch the price, just being 3K to 5K, 3K for 6 months, 5K for a year, just pitching that. You would make so much more money than you're making now if you're not already just doing this, right? Now, if worse comes to worse, then you have your options of, your Affirm, right? Your Klarna, and then you have the in-house payment plans. This one is dependent on credit, okay? And this one is dependent on trust. This one, if they get qualified for this, they have to have decent credit to get qualified for this Affirm Klarna payment plan. And if they want to do an in-house payment plan, you just have to have a basis of trust, which just means that you're going to have a contract. What I just call it like an agreement. You get the idea, agreement. And then I say, okay, well, look, if you can do 3K to 5K up front, I also do Affirm and Klarna payment plans, but you have to be direct with them. You have to say, okay, well, which one were you going to go with? All right, and they'll be like, I can't afford either. Okay, well, price aside, which one works better for you? Is this something that you want? Yes. Price aside, which works better for you? I would probably do the 1 year, honestly. So say, hey, I have Affirm and Klarna payment plans. I don't know if you'll get approved. Be honest. Take the honesty route every time. I say it every time. I closed so many deals doing this, guys. So many fucking deals. I have videos of it in my school community. Closing deals, I say, hey, look, you can't afford the 3K to 5K. This is my fucking price, guys. I don't deviate from this. This is my price. I've been working out for 13 fucking years. Gave my life to this. I can get people shredded. My fitness client results are insane, right? 3K for 6 months, 5K for a year. Okay, so understand that if I'm charging this through Affirm and Klarna, I say, okay, look, I don't know if you're gonna get approved. It's dependent on credit, right? But you walk them through it like a professional. Say, hey, look, let me send you a screenshot of what it looks like. Or even better, you can just send them the link, right? Depending on their comfortability, you can just send them the link, right? And you can say, okay, well, did you get the link? I'm gonna send it to you. Let me know if you get it. They're gonna get it to their phone, walk them through it. Say, hey, so you see the option where it says Affirm and Klarna? Let's try Affirm first. Click Affirm, put your name and your email in, and hit pay. And then it's gonna show you the options that it gives you, right? Then once they see the options, at this point, usually, most of you guys, you can recover a close at this point, right here. Because you can say, okay, look, do you see the Affirm options, right? What's it approving you for? Well, it's saying this, this, that, and the other. Okay, does that work better for you? Yeah. Which one works best for you? This one. Awesome, perfect, and assume the close. Assume the close, as in say, awesome, perfect. So here, what I'm gonna do is, while you're getting that taken care of, right? And then be direct, be clear with them. While you're getting that taken care of, I'm gonna get your onboarding email together. And I'm gonna add you to the client roster. I'm gonna add you to the community. And I'm gonna get you started, right? Sound good. Check with them. Temperature check. Yeah, perfect, right? Just, again, check with them. Sound good. If they're like, no, then see what the issue is, right? But most people will be like, yeah, perfect. Honestly, yeah, it works for me. They'll be happy. A lot of times, because you're using the finance ladder, right? You're using, hey, I'm charging my highest ticket, then I'm going down, and then I'm doing the Affirm and Klarna payment plan, and then I'm doing which is the in-house payment plan as the last resort, right? Because this right here is really the last resort. Why? Because this puts us at the highest liability, right? Because we get the lowest amount of money and we still give them this basically the same thing that someone else would if they paid in full, right? So it's like, is it fair? No, it's really not. A lot of times, guys, I hate to say it, you would be better off just either letting them go or charging them for 1 month, saying, hey, look, I can work with you for 1 month, but it's gonna be, somewhere along the lines of, $500-600, and always use this as a last resort. The reason being is because what you have to take from this situation is this. This is the only thing you can take from a situation like this. If they literally do not have the money, right? They don't do the Klarna and Affirm. By the time that they do the in-house payment plan, it's solely based off of how much cash that they have access to at that moment. So you have to keep that in mind, right? You have to say, hey, well, look, if you were to do the 6-month payment plan, 3 months is $500. That's why I say, hey, charge $600. Charge $100 more than what the average monthly price is of your lowest price. If they're like, hey, well, can we do a shorter duration? You're like, look, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like 1 month is obviously a joke, right? And sometimes, on a lot of times, guys, in my pitch, I would say that. I would say, I don't offer a monthly pricing. I do 6 months for $3K and I do 1 year for $5K. Which one works better for you? Ask them. You guys gotta understand something. In the sales conversation, one of the most valuable tools that you can use is just asking like decisive based questions where they're gonna have to like make a choice, right? Where it's like, okay, this or that. Because it helps guide them to the conversation. A lot of like an amateur salesperson is just gonna make a statement or they're gonna like try to reconcile the sale, right? You never try to reconcile the sale. You always pitch with confidence. So like, well, I can't afford that. I'd be like, oh yeah, no, totally get it. Like, you don't. So it's like you can't afford the 5K up front. We'll just do the 3K, right? They're like, no, I can't afford the 3K either. Okay, understood. So you can't afford the payment up front. Yeah. Is it because you don't have access to the cash or you just don't feel like you're ready? Right? It's like, oh no, I literally just don't have the money. Okay, well, no problem. Let's just go to the Klarna and Affirm payment plan. Are you familiar with that? No. Okay. Yeah, no issues. Did you get the link I just sent you to your phone? I'm going to send you this link right now. Let me know if you get this. Did you get that link? Click that link. you see where it says affirm? Just hit affirm really quick for me. Now, you see how it says put in your name and hit pay? It's not going to charge you anything. Obviously, it doesn't have your information. It's just going to show you the payment terms that it potentially could give you. So just go ahead and put your name in there, right? And then hit pay. You see the plans that it's giving you? Those plans are what the high ticket program breaks down to per month and for those terms. Oh, that worked way better for me. Okay, then perfect. Let's run that, right? Always use the in-house payment plan as the last resort, guys. Price is not real. It's whatever you want it to be, okay? And just understand, the higher you charge, the more no's you're gonna get, right? But then also, the more money you're gonna make. Implement this, charge more, make your offer better, make more money, get rich. Peace.